Hey guys, Dingus again. Intake manifold, the KEGGER. My last video I showed you the throttle body spacer stuff. This one I thought I'd go a little bit more in detail on the markings that I've got on top of the intake manifold, as well as, you know, doing the KEGGER mod and some other stuff. So a little bit of backstory is I've got a 3.9 out in the truck, Eris. 5-speed V6. Got a bunch of plans for it, but for right now, this is my project. So I'm gonna mod this intake manifold. I already bought it. I was gonna do a bunch of other stuff, but I'm not changing the motor. So when it craps out, it's gonna get a 318, and I'm gonna be done with it. But just for giggles, I'm gonna do the keg, or excuse me, part of the keg mod, part of the throttle body flange mod, whatever. I'm taking material out of this and probably gonna add some to it. So that being said, here is my marks again. I noticed when I lined up this throttle body spacer, that's sort of alright, but these marks that are right in here, I was thinking maybe trying to valley it, but I think I need to come back a little bit more to achieve the desired ramp down. But I don't know if I'm gonna dig off into that runner, and I really don't want to. So right about, I can probably come back just a little bit more this way. But anyways, so let me get the old mic out again. So we've got oh, come on. $47. So both of these holes are about 47 millimeters. Going to the outside, let's see, that's 55. Okay, so 54, 55, this is where the gasket is. So I'm gonna try and stay within these lines. If my phone will ever focus, I'm gonna try and stay within these lines, and I'm gonna take material out just straight down and not come back. This is the intake, let's see, this is the number 4 cylinder runner, and this is the number 3 cylinder runner. So we have to keep in mind where those are. When I flip it over, we can get a better look at it. But I drew this, and I kind of want to get, there we go. All right. If I could figure out how to work my phone, this would go a lot better. Anyways, these are the ports. These right here are these holes that we're gonna open up, and then these dotted lines are how the intake runner would look. Sort of. I didn't scale this or try to match anything. This is all one piece, yada yada yada. Anyways, so basically it's kind of looking at it like this. So this is your fuel injector, bung, I think is what that's called. So that's where we're referencing. So as you can see, air's going to come down, slam against the bottom of this plenum pan, make a 90-degree turn, and then it makes this 90-degree, or excuse me, this 180-degree turn all the way around the intake runner. And the research that I've done says that these runners are 18 inches long, I don't know if that is from the intake port in the keg to the I guess the flange on the intake manifold. I think that's the 18 inches. I'll take some fishing line and measure that out, and I'll get back to you on that. But so the KEGGER mod, there's usually a line, or not a line, excuse me, this baffle right here on some of the older trucks comes down, and it like separates the left and the right banks from each other. That's part of the KEGGER mod, and that thing gets cut out up to here and what have you. This one is actually hollow. Here, let me flip it. See, this one actually has casting marks, and this flashlight is bright. This one has casting marks where that skirt was or is on other Magnum kegs. I don't have to do that, but what I am going to do is I am going to cut these runners back. And in cutting the runners back, let me get focused again. There we go. In cutting the runners back, you see how these, if you, let's see, this left side. Yeah, alright. So, if you can see, from the top of that intake runner to the bottom of the pan, we got tools, so why guess, right? So, I'm going to guesstimate that we've got I probably should have planned this out a little better. Oh well, you're here. Watch it or don't. So, we'll say right about 1.5 inches of clearance from the bottom of the pan to the bottom of this pan into this intake runner. So, what I've done is I took my mic and I've drawn that line, and that is 34 millimeters from the tip of this casting. Let's see if I can get this. Boom, right there. Right at the edge of the fuzziness, from the tip of that casting to that line is 34 millimeters. And I went ahead and I did it on this side too. The other side I'm going to have to, or excuse me, these top parts, or top runners, I'm going to have to measure out and do that, but just for this video, show you what I'm sort of doing. So that's going to give us just a little bit better, I guess, whatever. It's going to make the mouth of the runner open more, air get in easier, whatever. This is just an experiment, I should say. So anyways, so another thing I'm going to point out is when they come up and over here, on the number 1 intake runner, you have your air temperature sensor. Okay, I flipped the manifold over. Now, it sticks out into the runner quite a bit, and the way that these are designed, the air, when it gets sucked, is going to travel along the top of this runner. Now, let's just say technically that this right here is your intake runner, or excuse me, your air temperature sensor. So on top of having to come down, slam into the bottom of this, turn, rotate all the way through this, on the number 1 cylinder, it also has to slam by or divert its path around this IAT and then into the head. So a lot of guys are saying that you can take this IAT and move it out into the I don't need to draw it, the intake tube of the motor, and in doing that you're sending a colder air charge reading to the computer. And from what I've seen, just doing a little bit of research on Google, is that in doing so, relocating the sensor into the cold air instream or airstream, the computer dumps more fuel like it's in a warm-up state or whatever. So I want to keep the IAT in the intake manifold, but I don't want it still in the way of that runner. So that's one of the mods we're doing on top of cutting the runners back. Of course, you know, the regular stuff, gasket match. I'm gonna try and unshroud the fuel injectors if, you know, let's see. Man, I wish my light wasn't so damn bright. Oh, boom. Well, maybe not. Alright. Well, that's kind of kaput. Well, you can see right here that there's those sharp things. There's those sharp edges right there. And just a second. Okay, I put a dead fuel injector inside of here, but that air is going to be coming along the top side of this intake runner and scooting past this. Man, I wish I had better lighting. Anyways, it's going to be scooting past this little injector port right here. So if we take off, if we take off the little ridges, yeah, boom. All right, this little ridge right here, and also the same one on this side. We take those off. That should introduce this fuel spray into a wider area to atomize before hitting the intake valve. And if you can see these marks right here, when we gasket match, that thing's going to come down anyways. So we're just going to come just a little bit, probably going to follow this line just a little bit back into the runner, just to, I don't know, tickle interest. Anyways, so this is, let's see, I'm assuming this is the side that the PCV is on because of the oil streak in here, and I don't think the gasket was, the plenum pan gasket was bad, because I'm not seeing any like real lifted spots or spots where it would have like seeped through. Again, I haven't really spent too much time on this. I'm not worried about this rust. It's just whatever. It'll get cleaned up before I put this back on. I do plan on adding some stuff here, maybe messing with some baffles, or I don't know, a wedge or something. But anyways, I guess I'm gonna start doing stuff with it. Real quick before we go, your IAT, at least for this one, this is a 98 excuse me, I can't even say 98. I don't remember what truck I pulled it off of. I saw a V6 intake manifold. I grabbed the V6 intake manifold. So this sensor is a 3/4. I took my 1/2 inch deep well, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch drive, deep well socket. Boom. Alright, that'll come off like that. Let's see. Heater hose, 3/4. Coolant temperature sensor is 13. Your water neck bolts are 13s. Those two. Final torque is 200 inch-pounds, so you'll work this side a little bit, 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 and then you'll finalize your torque at 200 inch-pounds. If you fuck it up, it's not my fault. 200 inch-pounds. The plenum pan bolt, let me double check. $11mm. That's 11mm. That's without cleaning the heads up. Here's your torque specs for the plenum pan. Screenshot if you want. Shout out to Authentic Restoration Product for the service manual that I got online. Shit, they don't even know who I am, but shout out to them so I don't get in trouble. If you don't know already, these things are fucking garbage. As soon as you remove them, just go ahead and get you another, get you a worm gear style clamp. Shit. I didn't really think this far into the video, but, oh, here, I guess you should, have the torque sequence of the intake manifold too. Oh wait, here, let's do this first. There's your water neck, right? It says front of engine. That's what that little plate is. It says front underneath all that. I haven't cleaned it up. So, install 2 housing to intake manifold bolts tightened to 23 newton meters to 200 inch-pounds. This caution is what I just told you. You're going to work them back and forth. Don't tighten the dog piss out of them on one side. Work it back and forth. Alright. There's that. Let's see. Okay, so you got your V6 engine. That's what I've got. That's what I'm working on. So that's the video we're going to get. So 1 and 2 to 72 inch-pounds. And then you can screenshot the rest. I'll shut up and let you do it. And then we'll scroll down here just a wee tid. I don't know if that's... Yeah, figure 13 is not for V6. Oh, ignore these. So it's just this one. Alright. There you go. Hope you got it. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, so once I start doing stuff, I'll give you a video and start showing stuff. Like I said, I'm not gonna spend any more money on this than I need to. Everything that's in the truck works like it's supposed to. Number 5 cylinder in the truck, the engine in the truck has misfire when you're banging it in high RPM. I'm assuming it's a bit burnt valve because the fuel injector is not bad and the spark plugs are brand new. I'm getting spark. It's already had a tune-up. I'm not burning oil or anything, so I just did that little test where you take a piece of paper or a rag or something and go out to the end of the exhaust pipe and it sits there and flutters back and forth. And it sucks it back into the tailpipe for a second, and then it pushes it back out. There's a video on YouTube for that. I don't remember who it was. Sorry, homie. But anyways, yeah, I'll get this. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I guess just stick around for another video. I guess thanks for your time. Later.